Hey everybody, Daniel from the Venza Dutch office. Good to have you back for another reaction video. Appreciate you being here. With me as always, Sean Shields from the Roswell office. Yes, number one. We are number one. So we've got a couple of industry experts in the house giving their raw reaction. They don't know what the topic is, and so they're sweating it. They're in the hot seat, but let's find out who they are before we that was perfectly timed, guys. That was awesome. Let's find out who we've got with us. Hannu, let's start with you. Tell us
Hello,
about yourself.
everybody. Good to be back. I've done this a couple of times, not too many though. I am founder and CEO of Hotelway. And for you guys who don't know, what we do is we make different communication tools for travel and leisure. Awesome. Really good to be here. Thank you.
Love having you, buddy. Good to see you. Glad you're doing well. Sarah, tell us about yourself.
Hi, everyone. Sarah T here, co-founder and CCO of UTip. And we create digital solutions for the evolving cashless economy, starting with cashless tips.
All right. Good to have you, Sarah.
Thank you.
And so you guys know how this works. Sean's going to share his screen, and we're going to get your raw reaction to a topic. All right. So when we were talking off before we started the recording, Sarah was talking about going on a workation. And I thought, oh my gosh, wait till she hears this. So this is an article from Hospitality Net. It's Bleisure trips for workations. I thought that was interesting. This article it has a distinction between what Bleisure and workation is. Okay, so that's fine. But in this article, it lists 4 items, Sean, 4 tips. Become a local resource, 4 tips on hotels on how to become a workation destination. Local resource, special packages for remote workers. Don't forget about families and spouses, and promote your loyalty scheme if you have one. Okay, it's all fine and good. I think those are fine tips on how to take advantage of the of workations. So if we're assuming that this is a trend that is here to stay, and I kind of think that it's going to be here for at least for a while, my question to you all: Do you think that there's kind of an overestimation of the capacity to do this in a physical standpoint? Meaning, what about the physical environment for workations? Are hoteliers underestimating the investment it will take in order to allow people to take full advantage and experience a workation in physical environment, places actually to work, monitors, all of these things that people will be looking for? Because to me, I just can't just plop up on a bed or on a little tiny table in the corner of the hotel room and actually have it feel like I'm in a productive setting. So question is do you think that the industry is equipping itself on the physical side, physical environment, for the needs and the desires of workationers? And Sarah, I want to start with you, because you talked about going on a workation in the next week or so. So what are your thoughts with regards to the physical aspects of the hotel for workations?
So funny this came up because it's like I experienced this a couple weeks ago when I was taking a leisure / workation, I guess, trip to Vegas, right?
Okay. So you extended it? Did you extend it like type of thing, right? You're going for business, and then you're like, let's stay for a few more days. Yeah, and work. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, and being on the West Coast and still doing business with all the other time zones and stuff, sometimes, you need to get up really early or stay up late or whatever for these calls. And I was thinking, gosh, because my sister-in-law was with me, and I didn't want to get up at 4. I didn't want to be bothering her at 4 in the morning when I'm taking the East Coast and stuff. So I'm, walking around the casino trying to find the quietest place. And I was just thinking, not business travel, group travel is down everywhere, right? And especially in a big group mecca like Vegas. So what's going on with all this meeting space or these other areas? Like I would happily pay by the hour or like that whole, what is it called? I forgot the workplaces, but you know what I mean? Like
business center, yeah.
Kind of like WeWork style, right? But
Yep.
in the hotel for the business travelers. And I wasn't the only one. I'm also at that week met a couple of other people who were in town for the week and staying at this place because they cater to the locals and stuff on a workcation Bleisure too. And that would probably appreciate, those kind of amenities. So it's like maybe the investment's not too much because you already have the physical in places and rooms, but pivoting just how they're used.
Yeah. And making sure that the inventory for your the MICE team, the events team is liberating that inventory for possible Bleisure guests and things like that. Yeah. Hannu, what are your thoughts with regards to the kind of the physical environment and how well that satisfies our workcation trend?
Yeah, I guess the like everybody has worked. So I mean, you go on a business trip and then you have to do the work, and then maybe sometimes you take extra day. That has been around even before COVID. But really, I was thinking that since most likely the amount of meetings has gone down. So there are probably empty meeting rooms. Maybe hotels could just like set up a co-working space where you just go and rent a desk where you have a monitor and power outlet, something like that. So actually that could be interesting idea for kind of a remote working. So I know that there are hotels already, at least in Helsinki we have one, where it's office during the day and then it converts into hotel during the night. So maybe it's something that could be more like a trend also somewhere else.
Airports should do it too.
What's that?
Airports should do it too.
Yeah.
To be able to take calls during layovers and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, I had a workcation situation, it was October or November. And I was at a conference in Germany, and then I went to a different city in Germany because I wanted to go to a concert. It was one of the first concerts at the tail end of the pandemic. Hopefully that was the tail end of the pandemic. And so we did a workation at this hotel, and I had the meeting room, and I was the only one in there. And so that worked great for me. It was this massive space, but I was the only one in there. If there had been another person, and my wife is also doing workation, and so she got the office in the room, in our hotel room. But I kept the whole time I was there, I'm like, this really rocks. I've got this, this great big place. But if there's one more person in here, I'm screwed. I've got nowhere to go, And there was one place that had an outlet too. So every morning I'm like, if somebody else is in there and they use that outlet, I'm going to have to go to a cafe. Not acceptable, right? Not if they want to get people coming in. So interesting. Lots of potential though. Lots of potential. Sean, what are your thoughts?
Well, Daniel, luckily I have these noise canceling headphones, so you can't hear me here at the blackjack table. But what I need is a mount here at the blackjack table for my laptop. It's kind of inconvenient, and I'm thinking maybe double monitors.
Yep.
I could take a Teams meeting, double down, whatever I need to do.
Yeah. Sounds interesting that you referenced double down. Remember, you got to stop on a soft 17, okay?
Okay.
I keep telling you that.
I'm not doing it. It's really hard doing the Teams meetings, though, right in the middle of the, especially craps, because you got to reach over the monitor, and it's just
multitask. Yeah.
Tough.
That's you're being really wise with your take home pay there.
I need that symbiotic, I need it right there at the table,
Well, I think this is an interesting trend, and I'm kind of glad to be a part of, of this, because I just love to travel, but I don't want to fall behind in my work, and I think the infrastructure, having more infrastructure might be necessary, right? So
Yes, but I think the hotels are ready to change. They've seen that the business travel is changing anyway, so
Yeah.
they need to adapt. So I think we are seeing a change.
Yeah, gotta find a way to take, these big halls that are just standing empty. You got to do something with them. All right. Very great. Thank you both. Appreciate your and Sean. Good luck at the table. Right. Put 100.
Everything
Put
on red.
100 on black. Right. The roulette there for me. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time at the next reaction video.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.